So you want to start with East or West or top to
Let's
bottom?
go. Let's go. East, top to bottom.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting. I had a really difficult time making these.
It was pretty fucking tough because so many teams are just huge question marks this year. All right, you go first with your one seed.
Okay, my one seed was the Boston Celtics.
The Boston, really? No
Yeah,
Udoka? You still think they're gonna be the one seed?
I think Udoka is a big loss, but last year they started off slow, and they are still the two seed. They won 51 last year, and they added Malcolm Brogdon. I think it's gonna be difficult, but I think they can do it.
But last year, the whole reason with their slow start was just a weird fit with the coaching and stuff. So you really think loss of coaching, no more continuity on that department? Oh, I don't know. I could see it happening.
I mean,
I could see it
they're
happening.
bringing in an assistant.
That's true.
I don't
If
remember
the
the
players
assistant's
can
name, but
If the players can keep that chemistry with the coach, I guess I could see the first seed. Ooh, okay.
I
Our
mean,
standings are going to be very different.
I feel like all the top teams are gonna be like right next to each other in wins.
That's true. That's true.
Who's your one seed?
My one seed is the Bucks. I think they just have the best player in the league with Giannis. They're the best team possibly in the league when healthy. And I think they're just like super balanced offense and defense. You got clamps with Giannis and Drew on the defensive end. And then if you need to score, you give the ball to Giannis, you give the ball to Chris Middleton. You just got too much of a balance for that to be a poor regular season team. Plus, in the playoffs is when you get the walls to block Giannis. But in the regular season, he's averaging like I don't know, like 6 to 7 points a game purely in transition or something. I haven't looked at the numbers, but he's gonna be fucking insane in the season. So I don't see them dropping below 2 or 3, and I think they're gonna get the one seed.
I mean, they were my two.
Okay. Okay.
Um, just because I mean, like I got last year's standings here, and the
Mm-hmm.
top four seeds were the Heat, Celtics, Bucks, and Sixers with 53, 51, 51, and 51 wins respectively.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a close race. I think it's just gonna come down to like the last day of the season again.
Yeah.
But I definitely see Bucks being up there. I mean, they missed Chris Middleton for like 20 games. I think they missed Drew Holiday for like 20 games. They missed, I mean, Brooke for like 70 games. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, most of the season.
So they didn't really make any additions, but they're gonna be good.
Okay, so that's your 2 seed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll go with my 2 seed. I got the 76ers at 2. Because I think Harden had an off year. He's going to come back a little bit. I'm not a big Harden believer. I don't think he's going to come back averaging like 26, 27, but I think he'll come back and average 10 assists almost. And he's going to be a great point guard for him. Plus, I'm a big believer in Maxey. I think Tyrese Maxey's going to be fucking nice this year. Potentially first time All Star. I mean, I don't know. They probably won't get 3 All Stars, so probably not. But he's going to play like one, I think. And they've got a deep roster, dude. They've got, let me pull up the 76ers roster here.
I mean, they made some good additions. I mean, they really only lost Danny Green,
Mm-hmm.
but they brought in PJ Tucker, DeAnthony Melton, Daniel House, and Montrezl
Yep.
Harrell.
Yeah, I mean they've got those 4 guys, and then they've got Tobias Harris as what, like a fourth option now. Tobias Harris is overpaid for a first option. Uh, sorry, he's overrated as a first option, but as a fourth option, he's fucking amazing.
He's good.
So
A lot of
they're
money.
gonna have a great offense, and their defense is gonna be, he's gonna be held together by Joel Embiid. You've got Matisse Thybulle on the perimeter. They've got a solid defense too.
I
I think
mean,
they're gonna be a great team.
and just having like guys, because like last year, I Harden only played 21 games with them, and
Hmm.
before that, it was just the Joel Embiid show. Just
Hmm.
no Ben Simmons, just all Joel. I got them a little lower, but
Okay.
I feel like
What's your 3?
I feel like this is gonna be where we disagree a lot.
Uh,
I got the Cavs.
The Cavs. Okay. I love the Cavs. I think they're going to be great. I don't have them at 3. That's even high for me, but I do think they're
You
great.
know,
So say you're,
it's kind of a hot take. I think they are gonna make a jump. Um, I mean, you're adding Donovan Mitchell. I mean, obviously Donovan Mitchell's got his flaws, but it's still Donovan Mitchell. Um, you also bring in Raul Neto. It's just another guy that you can play. But I mean, there were 44 wins last year, and
I
like,
mean,
go ahead.
they've got a solid fucking team. You got Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland running the offense. That's a deadly offense. And then you have Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley on defense. That's a balanced
I
team.
expect a big jump from Mobley too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was
Scoring wise or defensive wise?
both.
Really?
Probably more on
Okay.
the defense side. I mean, he was one of the best defensive players in the league last year.
Yeah, he could have made an all defense team. He might have. I don't know.
I mean, they were good last year, and they're just adding an all-star. I feel like there's a lot of bust potential, not like bust potential, but I feel like there could be a lot of growing pains with the team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's kind of high.
No, I like the pick. I don't have them that high, but I do love the Cavs this year, and I'm excited for them. So I'd love to see them at 3.
But I think they might be a better regular season team than they are a playoff team just because of that backcourt defense.
Yeah, they've got some weak backcourt defense for sure.
It's actually going to be really interesting to see because like they got Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, who are just like traffic cones, and then they got like Jared Allen and like Isaac Okoro and Evan Mobley, who are like all defensive selection potential.
The thing is, in the East, who do you have at the 1 and the 2 that's going to be a huge scoring threat? I mean, you got what? Zach LaVine, James Harden's. I mean, maybe he's cooked, maybe he's not. Who knows? But we don't know until we see him this year. And then all your other Eastern players are forwards, really, on the playoff teams. Maybe a Trae Young.
Yeah.
Everyone else is going to have to deal with that Isaac Okoro, Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, like insane defensive trio.
And if Isaac Okoro can hit like threes, it's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be
if anyone can hit threes, they're going to be dangerous,
like,
especially an all defensive forward.
If he can hit like 32% of his threes,
yeah, if he's playable on offense, that's a great small forward for him or power forward. I'm not sure which one.
Locking motherfuckers up last year.
He's a great player. All right, my 3. I think the ever underrated Miami Heat. They got the first seed last year, despite possibly the most injuries in the East. They missed Jimmy for like 30 games or something. They missed Bam for, I think, a month. They missed Kyle Lowry to close the season, I believe. They had so many injuries last year, but they just keep developing guys from the G League. You got Max Strus, you got Gabe Vincent. They're probably going to get a couple more guys this year. And dude, they never drop in the standings. It's insane. Hot take, Eric Spoelstra is the best coach in the league right now, except, I don't know, maybe Pop, but we haven't seen much from Pop since their team went down.
Too much of a hot take. I think,
okay, hot take for you because you're a Miami Heat hater here.
There was a GM survey, and I think like half the GMs in the league voted Spo.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. But yeah.
My Heat's a little lower, and it's not because they're bad. It's just like I think everybody else got better.
I think in terms of talent, the Heat are not top 4 in the East, but that coaching and that chemistry is just, it's hard to top for me. Well, I mean, obviously 2 teams did top it for me, but I think they're going to fit in at 3.
They lost PJ Tucker.
That's a big loss.
They don't have like a traditional power forward on the roster besides Udonis Haslem.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I mean, I still think they got the potential to be good, but I think everybody else has got better.
That's true. That's fair. So who's your 3? That was my 3. Are we on your 4 or your 3 right now?
My 3 was the Cavs, so we're on my 4.
Okay, got it.
I got the Sixers.
The Sixers? Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Just kind of same reasons you talked about. Last year they were 4. I think they're just going to be a solid team that might not be too eager to be number 1 seed in the East. Just because maybe there will be some resting for guys, but I think they're going to be a solid team.
That's true. They've got some injury concerns with the Harden and Embiid. Those 2 are injured pretty often nowadays.
Yeah. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your 4?
My 4. This one's the wild card. Okay. You got to put them somewhere. I put the Nets at 4 because.
Oh, that's not too bad.
They can be, honestly, I can see the Nets at literally any spot.
I know
in the top 8 in the East.
On my notes, I have like the most ability to like jump. Yeah.
Because, okay, no matter what their personalities or whatever is, Simmons, Kyrie, and KD on paper is an incredible trio. Yeah. They cover each other's weaknesses in really well.
People have to remember Ben Simmons is still a good basketball player.
Yeah, he is. He's not going to score buckets.
Basketball player.
He's not going to get you like 30 points a game, but he's going to lock up any opposing player that's just going off.
I mean, if he's in that like Draymond role,
Hmm.
besides like the punching his teammates, but
Yeah.
I think they're gonna be good. And like last year, they had you said the Heat were injured a lot. I mean, the
Hmm.
Nets were injured a lot.
That's true.
I mean, Kyrie played 29 games. Obviously, he wasn't injured. He was just being an idiot. But
Hmm.
I mean, KD played 44. Harden played 44 before he was traded. Joe Harris only played 14.
Hmm.
I mean, you're gonna get all these guys, and you're also adding like Royce O'Neal from Utah, who's a solid rotational player. TJ
He
Warren, we
is,
haven't
yeah.
seen him play in like 2 years, but he's good.
Hmm. Yeah, I
So
mean,
you actually have like bodies this year to like tread out some lineups. Like last year, they were playing a lot of two-way G League guys.
yeah, I mean, every team was struggling last year to put out rosters, and the Nets were definitely struggling more than most.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like their chances because if the team buys in, which I think, I mean, KD, he's got his diva shit, but he loves basketball. So I think he's going to buy in, get out there, play some basketball. They've got things to prove, and I'm banking on the fact that they'll come out there and play and get that fourth seed.
Plus, just imagine a lineup of like Kyrie, Seth Curry, Joe Harris, KD, and like Ben Simmons at the five.
Yeah, that's a great
I mean,
lineup.
that just sounds like four great shooters around Ben Simmons. You get the best of everybody. I mean, Seth and Joe
That's
Harris are going to be open a lot this year,
hmm
so they're going to be good.
that's up there with one of the best five-man lineups in the East, I'd say. I don't know if any team has them beaten, just pure one lineup, best closers. That's a great one.
Yeah,
Okay, who's your five?
the Nets were my five.
The Nets were your five? Okay, okay. So then we can move past that one.
Who's your five?
So my five now is the Celtics. Okay,
Okay, okay.
I'm going to talk
Go
about this
for
one
it.
a bit. I'm going to talk about this one a bit because we have a big discrepancy here. I think here's the thing. I've never been a big believer in the Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum fit, and they proved me wrong last year, right? They made it all the way to the finals, but I'm still not confident in Jaylen Brown's handle. I'm not confident in the ego at play between the both of them. I'm sure they're the best of friends off the court, but on the court, it's a lot less ball sharing and a lot more just taking turns trying to score a bucket in isolation with them, I feel. I'm not a big fan of their offense in clutch time. I feel like it's a lot of Jason Tatum chucking shots and then
Hey
Jaylen
man,
Brown sitting in the corner.
that got them to the finals last year.
That's true. That's true. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think it was less about the Celtics' talent that got him to the finals and more about Udoka's incredible ability to keep them all focused and playing towards that one common goal. I think Udoka was a great coach, obviously pretty shit person now, but I think
Udoka is a good coach.
the loss of Udoka is, I think, huge for the Celtics. And I mean, we'll see if they'll prove me wrong, but I'm going to freely admit I'm a bit of a Celtics hater too. So I got him a bit low.
I mean, you're keeping like the staff at least. Um,
That's true.
yeah,
But I don't know.
no,
I think there's going to be a big loss there. We'll see how it goes.
yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that happening, but like, oh, man, on paper they look good.
They do. Their talent's off the charts. It's always off the charts. They've
I mean,
got, I'd say, one of the best defensive players in the league in Robert Williams III, but now he's injured, I think, for a few
yeah,
weeks,
he's gonna be out like 8 to 10, I think.
8 to 10 weeks. Yeah, so that beginning of the season is going to be rough for them without Robert Williams, man, in the middle.
It's gonna be rough, but you got Al Horford. He can
Yeah, he'll
big,
play. He'll
big,
play. I don't know how much he'll play.
big Al can lock it down, man.
We'll see. We'll see.
So that was
All
your
right.
five.
What's your six?
Six, I got the Heat.
Okay, that
And
makes sense.
you had
What?
the Heat at two,
Three.
three. I think just like everybody else got better. I mean,
Do you
it's
think
not
the
like
Celtics got better?
yeah, I'd say so.
Really? How so? How do you think they got better?
Malcolm Brogdon.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I agree with you on that one, but okay.
I mean, like not even just getting players, but like the Celtics started off last year really
That's
rough,
true.
like I was saying, and I know like that was like a due to coaching, but I
Hmm.
think I mean they started off like 16 and 17 or something like that.
Yeah, I think they were out of the playoffs for a while.
Yeah, so if they even started like 20 and 12 or whatever, they're the one seed.
Mm. Yeah, I
So,
can see that. Okay.
I mean, obviously they have red flags, the Heat, but I mean, all those are more playoff red flags. I mean, they're hard to judge because I know they're good, but just everybody else is like, I'm looking at them like they're making all these good additions and they're missing guys, and yeah,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think it's important to remember Miami was the 1 seed last year.
they were the 1 seed and they made the
Conference
conference
finals.
finals and they lost in
And
7, right?
not just in 7, but last shot.
Last shot, Jimmy.
Yep.
Was it air ball or
Man,
front rim?
front rim, I think.
Front rim.
Yeah. Dude, he would have been a hero if he made that comeback.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm not actually super confident in the Heat in the playoffs this year because I think that power forward weakness is going to be killer in the East with Giannis. But, I think
throw
in the
throw
season they're going
Bam
to
on
be
them.
well, we'll see what Bam can do. But yeah, I'm still confident in them in the season. We'll have to see how it goes. Okay. At my 6, I got the Cavs, and I actually love the Cavs. I want them to be higher. The problem is I think the other teams are just more tested, more experienced, and they're going to click better out the gate than the Cavs will. But I do think the Cavs are going to make some big noise. That Garland Mitchell backcourt, dude, that's going to be crazy offense. Mitchell, he's a bucket. He's going to take some stupid shots, but he's going to make a lot of them. And Darius Garland, I think, is a great point guard. He was first time All Star last year. I could see him repeating it this year. And Jared Allen, I love Jared Allen, one of my favorite
Wasn't
centers in the
Jared
league right
Allen an
now.
all-star too?
I think he was,
Pretty
yeah.
sure,
I
yeah.
Yeah, they had 2 All Stars last year. Yeah, I could see Garland getting an All Star this year again. Allen, I could see him getting one again. I mean, the Cavs have got like 4 players I could see making the All Star team this year.
Yeah. I mean, I just like look at the talent and I'm like, Jesus, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I have written in my notes here, like I have them at 6, but I could see a top 4 seed from them. It all depends on how they click out the gate.
You think they could be a 1 seed?
Oh, it would have to take a really big jump from Mobley on the offensive end, I think. Without a jump from Mobley on the offensive end, I don't see a 1 seed.
I mean, plus they don't have like a really good wing.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
mean,
They've got guards and bigs,
big.
but
They got like Jetty Osman, who's I mean he's all right.
yeah, and I mean having a good wing is really important in today's NBA.
I think a good pickup for them is Jay Crowder requested a trade.
Oh, that's a good
They could
idea.
somehow get Jay Crowder just to have a decent, steady guy out there. But
That would be a good idea, yeah. But
yeah,
I feel like Jay Crowder's going to Miami.
yeah, probably. They got a lot of
I actually
where they could
forgot.
be.
I forgot they still have Kevin Love too. He was a contender for 6th man of the year last year.
Kevin Love was very good. I
He
mean,
was
they
lighting it
got
up off the
decent
bench.
depth.
Yeah.
I mean, I see them I could see them being better in the regular season than the playoffs.
I'm seeing like a 20, what was it, 15 Hawks type of season from them. I could see it.
Yeah, but I could also see them. I don't know. It's just so weird.
They're a fun team, man. This team is how I hope the Pistons are in a couple years. This is a fun team.
Speaking about the Pistons, my number 7 seed.
You're joking. You're
No,
joking. There's no
I
way.
got the
Okay.
Raptors.
Okay. Okay. What do you think about the Raptors? Why you got them at 7?
I mean, it's just a young team. Everybody should get better, especially as much as I hate to say it, Scotty Barnes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just East is just a bloodbath. I mean, last year they were 5. So I mean, this
Yeah.
is not too much of a drop, but I mean, they added Otto Porter and Juancho Herman Gomez, which aren't like
Mm-hmm.
super needle movers, but they're
Yeah.
guys. I mean, they're just going to be a solid team like the Raptors are every year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I have the Raptors at 7 as well. I think they actually are going to get significantly better than they were last year because of that Scotty Barnes development, more comfort with the role, stuff like that. And yeah, they're young. They got Gary Trent Jr., they've got Precious Achua, they added Otto Porter Jr. I think they're going to get significantly better, but every other team I think just hasn't beat out right now. I don't see them placing better than anyone else.
Let me ask you: the Raptors last year were a 5 seed and they won 48 games.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see them winning more than 48?
I don't think so, just because 48 is a lot. I think the Cavs are going to come to play this year. The Nets are going to come to play this year. The Bucks aren't going to be as injured. The Heat aren't going to be as injured. The East was really even last year. The difference between the 1 seed and the Raptors at 5 was just like 5 wins.
It was 5 games, yeah.
Yeah, 5 games back. So, I don't think the East is going to be as close this year. I think the top team might hit like 60 wins. So I think that'll put the Raptors at around 42, 41 wins ish and the
Honestly,
8th seed.
hot take for me, I don't think any team hits 60 this year.
Any team, really.
No.
I think the tanking's really going to inflate some win totals.
Yeah, that's true. I could see like maybe like one team in the West hitting 60. But
Yeah, I mean, that's what happened last year. And last year was very
I mean,
even.
last year Suns were just head and shoulders above everybody wins wise.
Hmm. They were, yeah. They were close to historic before I think they started cooling off near the end. Yeah, they went 6-4 to close the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think yeah, I could see no team cracking 60, but I don't know. I think they will.
I
I
feel
think
like
the Bucks are going to be a machine in the regular season.
I feel like our lists are going to be quite similar going forward now.
Yeah.
At
Okay,
8,
let's do the 8th seed and then we'll recap our playoff teams
I got
for the East.
Hawks.
Okay.
Um, I mean, like they did a lot and they got better. They gave up a lot for DeJounte Murray. They got like Justin Holiday. They lost like Kevin Herter,
Hmm.
but I honestly probably rather have Justin Holiday just because
Hmm.
what he does on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just super hard to gauge. I mean, last year they were 9 seed, but like
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray is an all-star, or he was last year, injury replacement. But like, I just don't see him having a super big jump.
Yeah. I'm actually happy you put him so low too, because I have him pretty low. Obviously, I haven't listened to them yet. They're not my 8th seed, but I agree with you. I'm not too high on that pairing. I don't think defense in the backcourt is really that impactful, especially in the East when you don't have any insane guards that you're dealing with, like a Steph Curry or a Damian Lillard. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it won't matter as much in the season, but I just don't think DeJounte Murray is going to move the needle that much because they don't have a great big. Their big man is still like Clint Capella, and I think he's kind of cooked. I don't think
Hey
Clint
man,
Capella is going to be that great.
top 15 center in the league.
Top 50. I mean, maybe that's not like a crazy, that's not a crazy high thing. Yeah. I don't know. They'll be, I think eight's a good spot for them. I have Bulls at my 8 because I think even with Lonzo missing, that DeRozan Levine combo, in my opinion, is just more, it's more ready. It's more tested than that Trey DeJounte, I don't know even how to say his name, DeJounte Murray combo.
Yeah,
And, I don't, it's hard to put the Bulls lower than 8 for me
I got the
because they were a
Bulls at
6 seed.
9.
You got the Bulls at 9. Okay, so we just switched our 8 and 9. I
Yeah,
think they're definitely interchangeable.
I think Lonzo is a big part. I mean, as soon as
Hmm.
Lonzo went down, their record kind of fell apart. They were the 1 seed with Lonzo. Obviously,
Yeah,
Lonzo not like a superstar, but solid player. I mean,
yeah, he holds the team together.
they were 2-20 against top teams last year.
Holy
Um,
shit.
and I think there's going to be more good teams.
Hmm.
And DeRozan had a really good season last year, and I'm not saying DeRozan's bad, but I don't think he repeats his top 5 in MVP season. I think he had, or top 7 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think it was
Yeah.
kind
I
of
mean, he
fluke.
was out there breaking Wilt's records. That's how you know it's a bit of a fluke.
I mean, their defense isn't very good, and like Vucevic, who's kind of like a corpse last year, is just getting older.
Hmm. Yeah. I think that Bulls team, wow, I think they kind of regret that Vucevic trade a bit. Gave up a lot of assets for it, and he's not really done much for him.
It's just so difficult because everybody's getting better.
Hmm.
I mean, if they didn't give
Yeah.
up Vucevic, they would have had the 8th pick. They would have had Franz Wagner if
Ooh,
they
that
if
would
they
be
picked them
right.
but still that would
Okay.
be real good.
Let's recap the playoff
Okay,
teams.
let's do
So
through 10 so we could plan.
through 10. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So we got 8 and
So
9 done.
your 9 was the
The
Hawks.
Hawks. Yep. So what was your 10? I feel like we have the same one.
Knicks.
Yep. I got the Knicks
Yep.
as well.
I wanted to put the Pistons, but I just don't think. I mean, maybe, but the Knicks. I mean, they're getting Brunson. Like it was so difficult because like Knicks are getting Brunson, who's obviously a very good player, but
Hmm.
like I just don't see him on paper being better than all the other teams.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't have much written for the Knicks. I literally just have here the mid 3. I don't think they're going to
Mid
be
three.
in the mid three, dude. I don't think that trio is going to make any noise. And plus, I'm not a huge fan of Tom Thibodeau. I don't think he's a very good coach. I think he robbed Spoelstra that one year, 2020, I believe. I'm not sure. And yeah, I don't think they're going to make that much noise.
I mean,
Julius Randle,
they also got Isaiah Hartenstein. You don't see him.
that's true. In his 8 minutes per game, I'm sure he'll be lighting it up.
Okay, he's gonna get at least
I hope
15.
I hope he develops. I hope he develops. He seems like a good player.
He was good on the Clippers last year.
Hmm.
But yeah, just like the upgrade is lackluster compared to the other teams. So what do you say? Bronson is their best player?
Well, who do they have? They got Brunson.
It'd
They've
be either
got
Bronson,
Randall.
Rand, or RJ.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm kind of an RJ hater. I'll put that out
I
there.
mean,
I don't
RJ
think
could
he's.
still be their best player.
He definitely could be. He definitely could be. I think RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson fill a lot of the same role, right? They're slashers. They're scorers. They're gonna get into the paint. I think Brunson is just a little bit better at that than RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. I mean, if he has a 2020 type season, he's their best player. But if he has a last season type season, he's going to be the worst of the three.
I think it's
So
gonna be closer to last season.
yeah, probably. I think that one season was an
But
outlier.
like looking at the
2021,
Knicks, like
I think.
would you take any of their top players over? Like, would you take their top player, whoever you think it is, over like any second best player on any other team?
Ooh,
I won.
yeah,
Just
not even
looking
a
at
single
him,
one, I'd say.
like RJ is not better than DeRozan or Levine. He's not better than DeJounte and Trey. You know, so
Yeah, they're just not really. Their talent is not there.
all right.
I actually hope the best for the Knicks because I think the league's more fun when the Knicks are fun. That one playoff series they had with the Hawks was incredible.
Yeah, fuck your life.
Bing bong.
So
All right.
I'll go through my 1 through 10 real quick. I got the
Okay.
Celtics, Bucks, Cavs, Sixers, Nets, Heat, Raptors, Hawks, Bulls, and Knicks.
Okay. So the top of our standings are very different, but then the bottom get closer because I've got one Bucks and then Sixers, Heat, Nets, Celtics, Cavs, and then Raptors, Bulls, Hawks, Knicks. So our bottom four are the same.
Yeah, just a
Not
little
in terms of
different
order, but
you
yeah,
had the Raptors 7, you said?
Raptors 7,
Yeah.
and then we switched 8 and 9, and then our 10 was the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see any surprises in the East in terms of teams we don't have in the top 10 jumping into the top 10 and teams that we do have in the top 10 dropping out due to like maybe an injury concern or something?
I mean, I think like injuries are just so unpredictable. Obviously, if one of these teams get injured, they might drop out, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be these 10. I think the only thing I could see is like the Pistons instead of the Knicks, and that's like
Yeah.
a big if. And I'm a Pistons fan, so I'm
Yeah.
probably higher than most. But
I agree. I think the Pistons could jump in there because I mean, yeah, I love the Pistons. I think they've got a good team. And then I could see Nets dropping out of the top 10, even perhaps without injury.
no way.
Dude, I don't know. KD got injured last year and they lost what, like 12 straight?
Yeah, I
It
mean,
only takes one injury. Well, I mean, but health considered, yes, I think you're right. This is the top 10. And there's no real surprises to be had except maybe a huge Cade development, and that's only because we're homers.
are we doing 11 through 15?
Let's just kind of
We can
list
just
through
kinda
them.
go through them a little faster. 11, I got Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cade's
Solid.
gonna have a all-star season.
Yeah.
Homer take. They're gonna be good. They just got a lot of young guys that they need
I
to
agree.
give minutes to.
I think it's going to depend on Cade. The team's going to, it's going to rise and fall with how Cade plays.
12 or who you got 11?
I got the Wizards at 11. I mean,
Wizards.
I think they're a pretty bad team, but they've got Beal, Porzingis, and a couple other role players that I think can, they're going to get a few wins. I don't think they're going to be anything special.
I got Wizards at 12. Yeah.
Okay, and I had Pistons at 12.
I could see them maybe jumping up there and grabbing
Mhm.
10. Like
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
On paper, like they're decent, but like, just like I say this about every team, just the other teams seem better.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Okay, so at 13, I got the Hornets.
The Hornets, really? Okay.
They lost Miles Bridges. I still think they have a pretty talented roster, though.
Hmm. Okay,
And
my 13 is. Sorry, go ahead. I thought you were done.
I think like 13 through 15 could all just like bottom out and tank for
Yeah,
Wemby. So
yeah, definitely. I think that the bottom three are pretty interchangeable. So how about you just say your bottom three and then I'll say my bottom three.
13 Hornets, 14 Magic, 15 Pacers.
Okay. So I've got 13 Magic because I think they have a lot of young guys that you kind of forget about. They've got Paulo Banchero, they got Franz Wagner, they got Markel Fultz, who's not really young anymore, but he's still promising. They got Jalen Suggs, they got Cole Anthony, who I still like a lot. He can be that Jordan Clarkson spark plug type of player for him. They got some promise.
Bobo.
I got Pace. Yeah, Bol. I mean, we'll see. I got the Pacers at 14. Tyrese Halliburton, he's good, but the team's not that good. I've actually got the Hornets at 15, and this one I'm pretty like I got some stuff to say about this. Holy shit, their team sucks, dude. Like
I could see it. Yeah.
they lost Miles Bridges for nothing, which I mean, good, get him out of there. And then they drafted LaMelo Ball, the 2020 Rookie of the Year, and I think they've gotten worse since then, even with his development, which is insane. They got Gordon Hayward, who I don't even know, like, I don't know his injury status or something. He's always out for stuff. And then, dude, they have a terrible team. Their second best player, if Gordon Hayward gets injured, is what? Kelly Oubre?
Yeah, maybe.
Terry
Yeah,
Rozier,
what are you
maybe? I
talking
mean,
about?
yeah, that team, it's not going to win that many games.
I mean, I think
Okay.
they could definitely. I think they're definitely down there. Maybe I had them a little high.
I mean, I don't know. I think bottom three is definitely interchangeable, but I'm not a fan of this
I
Hornets
mean,
roster.
who knows? I mean, it might be. We might be 60 games in, and the Bulls are tanking for Wemby too.
Yeah, that's true. It's possible. All
I
it takes is
think.
an injury.
I mean, I think that could be a changer for some of the things like tanking for Wembanyama.
Hmm.
He's a real deal.
Dude, those two games he played were insane.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm living through the LeBron hype that I never got to see when I was a kid.
seven
Now,
five, 7'5", KD.
shoot like Curry, big like fucking Rudy Gobert.
So the East was difficult. The West was even harder.
The West, yeah, the West. I think I'm really far off with what it's going to be in the West.
Yeah, it'd be cool to look back on these after the season's done to see how wrong we are.
Yeah, because I don't expect myself to be right on more than like two or three per conference.
I think we just do top to bottom again. That seemed to work out pretty good because bottom
Yeah,
teams don't need as much talk.
I agree. Okay, this time I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a hot take at one. I've got a pretty hot take at one. I'm gonna go Grizzlies at the 1 seed, and
Oh
here's the
my
reason.
God.
Here's the reason. Here's the reason. Here's the
Our
reason.
list
Listen.
is so different.
I don't think Grizzlies are the best team in the West by any stretch of the imagination. They're not even close. But they're a young team that hasn't proven itself yet. And I think they're going to want to get that 1 seed so they can kind of like announce themselves as the up and comers. Because the Warriors they're not going to be grinding out wins in the regular season. They're going to sit, Clay and Steph and Trey and whoever they sit, and you're going to let the young guys run. The Suns, they've gotten a little bit of fall from grace, and the other teams are getting guys back from injury. I think the Grizzlies are the only team in the West that are really like firing in all cylinders at the start of the season and really looking to make that push for the 1 seed. So I could see them grabbing it, maybe with like a 60 win season, maybe like a 58 win season. I could see them snagging that 1 seed with the rest of the West being very balanced, especially because in transition, Ja Morant is a killer. You can't beat Ja Morant in transition, and in regular season, you're going to get a lot of transition opportunities. So I see him grabbing that 1 seed.
Yeah, we got a big difference.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
The one I had the Nuggets.
Okay. Wow. Nuggets at 1. Wow. Okay. This is going to be crazy.
They were 48 and 34 last year, and that was with Jokic, Jesus.
Yeah.
Just dragging the whole team on his back. I mean, they had good players last year, but like you're bringing back Jamal Murray, you're bringing back Michael Porter Jr. They're going to be rusty to start the season, but I feel like eventually they're going to get back to their maybe not quite peak form, but very good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even 80% of Jamal Murray is better than 100% of Monte Morris.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I mean, I think he's had a lot of rest. So
yeah, and you're bringing in like Bruce Brown and KCP. You're losing Will Barton and Monte Morris, but I think I'd probably rather have Bruce Brown and KCP.
Mm-hmm.
just like they're solid guys. KCP's like the 3-and-D guy you want.
Yeah,
So
KCP's a good pickup for him.
yeah, I think. And Jokic is gonna Jokic. That's what I have on my notes.
Yeah. You think he'll three-peat?
Maybe
If the with the 1 seed in the
if
West?
they're 1 seed, yeah, and his numbers are gonna be crazy no matter what.
I think if they're the 1 seed, I see the three-peat. I don't see how you don't give it to them.
First MVP 3 in a row since Larry Bird, I think. If he
Hmm.
did it.
He might be the only other one, or Moses Malone, maybe. I'm not sure. I know he has three. I don't know if it was three in a row.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Okay,
this is gonna be a lot different. All right, who's your
it
two?
is. My two here, I've got the Warriors. This was done before the whole Draymond thing, so I'm gonna have to see how that shakes out. I don't expect a trade. I expect a suspension, and we'll see how many games it is. But barring any Draymond shenanigans,
I mean,
I
like,
think,
I get like, how do you play with Draymond after he did that with you?
yeah, no. If I was on that team, I would like talk to management about that. Like, I don't know how you come to work again after some guy sucker punches you in the jaw for nothing.
Draymond for Russ straight up. That's the
Uh,
solution.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
But I got the Warriors at two. Like I said, I did this before the Draymond stuff, so I mean, I expect to be wrong about this, but we'll see. I think they're gonna sit Clay, Steph, and Dre in the regular season a lot, and they're gonna let the young guys get some run. But the thing is, I think their young guys are so good that even like just like I don't know, maybe 30 minutes of their big three is enough to get them the 2 seed because they got Moody, they got Kuminga, they got Wiseman, I think they got DiVincenzo this year, who's a solid pickup for them, replacing that Gary Payton role a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, they lost Otto Porter Jr., they lost Gary Payton Jr., or yeah, Gary Payton the second, I think. But I think they're still a solid team. I think they're going to grab that 2 seed because they've got their big three healthy now. And we'll see how it goes with this Draymond situation.
Yeah. Clay only played like past Christmas, I think. I think Christmas was his first game.
Yeah, and he didn't have good games until the last
Yeah.
10, 15 of the season.
But I think by the end of the season, he was averaging like, I don't even remember. Wasn't like 18 or something. So
I think it was just below his averages. Like he was pretty much the same player he was when he left, just without the huge 60-point game stuff,
yeah, the West,
which you don't need from him anymore.
this is gonna be so different. I feel like you're gonna be like, what the hell on this one? Two, I got the Wolves.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. I do like the Wolves this year, but I don't know if they're gonna be two. Okay, give me your reason.
I expect an Anthony Edwards huge jump.
Uh-huh.
When we talk about award winners, he's definitely gonna be there as a dark horse for something.
Oh, it better not be MVP. I'm gonna have to make. Okay,
who
continue.
knows? But I mean, you're getting Gobert. You're also getting like Kyle Anderson, Bryn Forbes, Eric Paschal, Austin Rivers. Those later guys not super good, but Gobert and Kyle Anderson, huge pickups. You're losing Pat Bev, Vanderbilt, and Beasley, but I mean, I think this team is built for the regular season almost. I mean, you see Gobert has issues in the playoffs when you got Terrence Mann guarding him. But I think they can have a huge regular season, or they might be a dumpster fire and have the 8th seed.
Who do you think this team hinges on? Like who? Because I've gotten my notes that it's all dependent on Cat. Because Gobert is going to do his thing. Anthony Edwards is going to do his thing. If Cat can't step up and score 20, 24, 25 a game, I don't know if he's going to get 25, but he's got to score. If he can't score, I don't see this team going far.
I mean, I think it kind of hinges on everybody, as much as
like a team effort. Okay.
Default answer that is, but I think if they want to compete in the next few years, Anthony Edwards has to be the best player for them.
I agree.
He might be, in my opinion. He was kind of the best player in the Grizzlies series last year.
Oh, absolutely.
So an ant jump. Gobert is good in the regular season. I see them being good in the regular season. That might be kind of high, though. I don't know.
It's a little high for me, but I could see it happening.
The West is so difficult.
It is. I think our West is going to be completely different. At my number 3, I got the Suns. You got to put them somewhere. I didn't know where to put them, so I thought 3 was a safe spot for them. Their whole team is a huge question mark because Ayton's not buying in as far as we've seen from the videos of preseason so far. CP3 might be cooked. He was looking cooked in that what was it, the Mavs series. He was he was not doing anything. I mean, there's the classic highlight of him hitting the three to get to 10 points when they're down by 40, and I feel like that might be kind of an omen of what's to come. He just can't put the team on his back anymore. Not that he has been able to for the past 3-4 years.
They lost to the 36ers, so
Yeah, they did. They did lose to the 36ers. And
yeah, I got the
D-Book.
Suns at 4.
Suns at 4. Okay.
Pretty close. I just
I think
compared. Oh, go ahead. I keep cutting you off.
that's okay. I just think their roster strength is too good to put them any lower than that 3 to 4 area. But I think there's too many question marks to put them in that 1 to 2 spot.
I mean, they're losing McGee and Holiday, which were solid rotation players from last year. You're gonna lose Crowder. Obviously, you're gonna get something back for Crowder. But like compared to the finals team that went to the finals 2 years ago, like their depth sucks.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that actually.
They're gonna be good, but may slow up just because. I mean, I don't think they're gonna try to win 64 again this year.
Oh no way! Yeah,
didn't seem to really help them out last year. Probably didn't help them out because they had Chris Paul playing a lot of games, but. I got them at 4, and then at 3, I got the Clippers.
At 3, the Clippers? Okay, that's a good pick.
You're getting John Wall. We haven't seen him in like a year and a half, but he's really good, or he should be still really good. You're losing Hartenstein, which was just like a backup big. I mean, I guess it's kind of concerning. You got Zubac as your only big on the roster, but. I mean,
the Clippers play small usually, so I don't think it's too big of a problem.
By the end of the games, they're playing small, but just for like regular season minutes, you definitely want to have a couple bigs.
That's true.
But like, they were 42 and 40 last year. Kawhi was gone the whole year. Marcus Morris only played 54 games, and PG only played 31 games.
Yeah, that's true.
They were good with like out their top players, and like they're super deep, like they're incredibly deep. I mean, like I would take their backups over. I don't know if over anybody, but
they've got probably the deepest team in the West. That's what I have in my notes.
But they're gonna rest guys because they're the Clippers, so they might not be. But even at resting, I think they have the biggest potential to jump up to 1. Because even resting guys, we see that like they can still win games.
Yeah, I mean you got to mention Ty Lue when you're talking about load management and stuff, because he dragged that roster to a lot of wins they wouldn't have gotten based on that talent pool.
They were 42 and 40 last year. They were a positive team, and
in a pretty strong Western Conference.
A very strong Western Conference.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a good pick. Your reasoning is making me feel like I have the Clippers too low on mine, but I'll explain myself when we get down there.
Who's your 4?
My 4, it's the Nuggets. You put him at 1. I put him a little lower just because I think Murray's going to be picking up his speed. MPJ's, I don't know if when he's coming back, but when he does, I don't think he's going to be 100%. He's going to be a little shaky. I think they definitely have potential to shoot for that 1, but I think they'd rather reincorporate guys slowly and get ready for the playoffs. And I think that'll drop him down to that 4 seed. Jokic is going to do what he does. He's going to get him wins. He's going to drag him there. But I just don't see him pushing above the teams I have listed above them, just due to injury concerns.
I could see that. I just think, man, you're getting Jamal Murray and MPJ back, man.
Oh, I think they're going to be killers in the playoffs. I just don't know if they're going to be doing all that in the regular season. I think they'd rather have him play 20 minutes a game for maybe 20 games for MPJ I'm talking about, and get him reincorporated, because back injuries are no joke.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay, and then your 4 was the Suns, right? Do you want to talk about them anymore?
Suns. They're worse than last year. I don't think they're going to be trying to achieve as much. So.
Plus, you got the Ayton issues. I think Ayton's going to have a pretty terrible season this year. He's got nothing to play for.
I don't think he's going to be terrible, but.
Well, I mean, he's going to regress, I think.
I could see that happening. Who's your 5?
My 5 is Timberwolves. I've got in my notes here Anthony Edwards, and then in parentheses homophobic is unfortunately that guy. And I agree with you. I think he's gonna get some buckets. I wrote down he's gonna average I think close to 25, maybe 26 a game, if not more. I think he averaged 21
last year.
21 last season, I think.
Was it really only 21 last season?
I looked it up when I was writing this. Let me go check again just to make sure I'm not giving you the wrong numbers here. He
Yeah,
averaged
21.3.
21.3. Yep. So I think he's going to make that jump up to a 25 point per game scorer, and I think that's almost inevitable. He's a great player,
He's
you know.
extremely good.
And then Gobert. I think Gobert is a little bit underrated. I mean, I guess I can't say that because he's won 3 DPOYs, I think. So he's not really like underrated, but people hate on him. I think he's a great player. I think Gobert alone instantly makes you a top defensive team in the league, like top half. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be interesting though what they do between Gobert and Cat, because
I think they should play Cat at the 4, Gobert at the 5. That's my personal. I think Cat's a better 4 than a 5.
yeah, but like just still like that's big.
That is big. But I think you don't need to worry about it because Gobert's just so good on defense. You don't need to worry about that 4 mismatch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, I don't think
mismatch.
No, you don't have to worry about the 5.
Got to guard somebody.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, if you've got a 4 that's spacing the floor, like an Al Horford type, I mean, Cat's fine on the perimeter. I don't think he's going to get blown by crazy. And then if you got him posting up, then you got a bit of a problem. But I mean, what post up 4s are there in the league today? Who do you have? Like, I guess Al Horford again. But I just don't think there's going to be that many problems on the defensive end for that power forward spot.
Yeah, I can see that. I'll just hide him on somebody anyway.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I could see Timberwolves jumping up a lot higher. I have written that it's all dependent on if Cat can be aggressive and take those shots. Because if you've got a 7-footer hitting threes at a 40% clip, you're not losing many games.
So Cat's turning into a spot up guy?
I don't think necessarily spot up. I mean, you got Anthony Edwards. He's going to slash. He's going to get you open shots no matter what. Cat just needs to hit those open shots, attack the closeouts, things like that,
Sit in that corner.
I think he can do more than sit in the corner, but he's got to hit his shots is what I'm saying. I think he's got to take more shots, period.
So that was your 5.
That was my 5, yeah. So what's your 5?
I have the Warriors.
Okay, I expected that.
I mean, you're losing Gary Payton II and Otto Porter. They played decent roles last year, especially Gary Payton II. But you're still gaining DiVincenzo and JaMychal Green, which I don't think will replicate what those other guys did, but they should provide a little bit. I expect big jumps from Moody and Kuminga, especially increased roles, because last year, I mean, especially at the beginning of the season, I don't think they played too much, especially not Moody. I think Kuminga played more than Moody.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, you're getting Clay from the beginning of the year. Just, I think they won't win as many games because, I mean, they're not going to be trying to win as many games. But I mean, this is a team that just won the finals last year. Obviously, they're good. But I mean, the Poole Green situation. Who knows what's going to happen with that?
Did you write this after the Poole Green situation?
This was after the Poole Green situation.
Okay, because if I knew about that when I was writing this, I'd definitely drop my Warriors to like a 4 or a 5-ish. So yeah,
I mean, I just don't know what they're gonna do. Like, are they gonna suspend Draymond for? I mean, he hit him.
He did. I mean, the way they're talking about it though makes it seem like this is a common occurrence. All the players are like, "Man, who leaked this? Like, that's supposed to be internal and stuff." So it makes me think that maybe Draymond's done this shit before.
I don't think he's clocked Poole like that before, but
yeah, that's true.
I had bad blood.
Yeah.
So who's your 6?
My 6, it's the Clippers. I think after hearing your reasoning, I want to move them up a little bit because the whole reason I have them so low is, well, first I'll tell you the positives. I think, PG and Kawhi, great duo. I think this is the deepest team in the West, bar none. They've got so many guys on that roster. I mean, you can list them for, you've got Luke Kennard, you've got John Wall, the new pickup. You got Norman Powell, who's a great player that only played a few games with them last year. Reggie Jackson, who I kind of thought was pretty bad on the Pistons, but dude, he got to the Clippers and he's been balling ever since. You got Marcus Morris Sr., great small ball 5. They're deep, yeah.
You got Terrence Mann, you got
Nick Batum, who was balling over there too.
Yeah, so many guys, I can't remember all of them.
Yeah, Terrence Mann, who dropped 40 on the Jazz to close them out. They've got so many people. And Amir Coffey was playing well last year too. I mean, they just got a crazy team.
Yeah, you got to step up, or they stepped up when they needed to step up.
And depth matters a lot. Honestly, looking back at my list, I wish I put the Clippers higher, but I have them at 6 because I think that load managing is really gonna make them lose some games. Kawhi's not gonna play back-to-backs. I don't even think. I mean, if I was them, I wouldn't even play Paul George back-to-backs off that injury. But we'll see how it goes. I think in hindsight, I would have put him a little higher and the Warriors a little lower, but we'll see
Even
how it shakes
without
out.
him, I mean, even with like last year, I had a hot take that obviously the Clippers didn't make the playoffs because they lost in the play-in, but that was mostly
Mhm.
due to losing Paul George and Luke Kennard
Yeah.
like before the second play-in game. But if like the Clippers made the play-in against the Suns, I was picking the Clippers. Not gonna lie.
Okay, you also picked the Pistons against the Raptors in 2019. So
Yeah, man. Hey, they were 3-0 against the Raptors. Yeah, I was kind of messing around with that one, but
okay. Let's go to
go
seven.
through your 1 through 6 real quick.
My 1 through 6, I got Grizzlies, Warriors,
Oh,
Suns.
that's okay. Never mind. That's where it's at.
Okay.
So at 6, I got Mavericks.
6, you got Mavericks? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Luca is Luca.
Hmm.
I think he might be the favorite for MVP betting wise.
Do you think
Uh,
he'll win it though? Because you have him at 6.
I mean, Jokic won last year at 6.
Oh, that's true. That's
I
true.
think I think 6 is the lowest an MVP can win because Russ
Mhm.
was 6 and then Jokic was 6.
Especially with the play-in now, I don't see anyone giving an
Yeah, no,
MVP to a
definitely
play-in
not.
team.
But I mean, you're losing Brunson, which is like he was very solid as a secondary ball handler, but like we see that Spencer Dinwiddie looks fine as a secondary ball handler, especially during that Phoenix series. He
Hmm.
was playing his ass off.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, you're adding Christian Wood and JaVale McGee, and wherever JaVale McGee goes, I mean, he's not like a top center, but he's extremely
No,
solid, and he plays
he's a
really
great role
well,
player. Yeah, he's a great role
good on
player.
defense. And then like Christian Wood, which I'm guessing is going to be their sixth man, is just like that's 16 points a game you can pretty much slot in. I mean, I don't think you're gonna have any issues scoring. I mean,
Hmm.
they have good depth. I mean, they got Tim Hardaway Jr., who barely played last year, especially
Yeah,
towards the end. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he even played in the playoffs.
he did not.
And then like Dorian Finney-Smith is extremely good, and Max Kleba. I mean, last year they were 4 seed, so I have them even dropping.
Yeah, I find it funny because I have Mavs at 7, and you put Mavs at 6 and listed a lot of good things about them. I'm gonna put Mavs at 7 and list all the things I don't like about their team
Okay,
because
okay.
I'm happy we got them in a similar spot here. I think the
What
Mavs
is a
got
little
worse.
debate? Oh
I think the
yeah,
Mavs got, but I think they got a lot worse because here's
I
the
think a
thing:
lot worse.
they
Okay.
made the conference finals, but I don't think that was in like any part due to their roster construction or like great coaching or anything like that. I think it's just because Luca is that motherfucking guy, right?
Hey man, Luca is their roster construction.
That's true. That's true. But I think Bertans fucking sucks. All right. I think he's genuinely like one of the worst. Like, is he starting this year? I don't know if they're going to start him, but if he does, he
Doubt
might
it.
be one of the worst
Bertans
starters
is
in the
bad.
league. Yeah, Bertans sucks. But
He got that bag from the Wizards and then forgot how to shoot.
yeah, I mean, I literally have written in my notes Dinwiddie. All right. I don't think Spencer Dinwiddie's that good. I think he's an okay ball handler. I don't know if the stats back me up on this, but watching the series, I saw a lot of times when he'd get the ball, attack the defense, and then turn it over or just pass it out into a contested shot. I'm not really high on his ball handling skills. I think he's an okay scorer. I think he'll get some buckets, but I don't think he's going to be great to take the load off of Luca. I think Brunson was that guy they needed, and they kind of got rid of him. Finney Smith, I mean, he's a good player. He's going to shoot. He's going to make some buckets. But in the regular season, I don't think it's going to translate to a ton of wins because, it evens out over the course of the regular season. And then they don't have any great defensive personnel. They had a great defense last year, I guess, on the back of Jason Kidd and his defensive scheme, but I just don't see that repeating this year. I don't know. If they do, I mean, hats off to Jason Kidd. That's impressive because they've got what? Maxi Kleba and Davis Bertans as their bigs. Dude, who are they guarding?
They got Dwight Powell and JaVale McGee.
I haven't seen much Dwight Powell. I heard people really hate him.
He's, I mean, all right. Max Kleber's better, but
Okay. But yeah, JaVale McGee's a great pickup for them because I think that's going to be the big man they're relying on to actually like play some minutes and play some defense because I just don't see how this team's going to be a good defensive team.
he's.
If they somehow are again and prove me wrong, I'll be impressed.
I mean, I think they would be decent. Oh
Yeah.
man, this is so difficult.
I mean, we have them at 6 and 7. It's just that I listed the
I know,
negatives
but
and you listed the positives.
like last year they were the 4 seed.
Yeah, they made the conference
Well,
finals.
like you just got a bunch of guys jumping them. I mean,
Hmm.
they did some I mean, I think Christian Wood could be a difference maker too.
He's okay. I don't see him as great on
He's
defense. I haven't
terrible on
watched him
defense.
since. Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't watched him since Detroit. I just don't trust their defense anymore.
Yeah. So at the 7th seed,
The Grizz.
I have the Grizzlies.
Okay, I was scared you're gonna put him at 8. I was gonna be scared. Okay.
Um.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, looking at like it's hard to do that, but like I just think, I mean, obviously the teams above them, I think they're better. They're losing Kyle Anderson, D'Anthony Melton,
Hmm.
uh, which are solid guys. I think last year was somewhat of a fluke year. I mean, they still won 56 games. So I don't know how big of a fluke year it is. That's one I'm probably most wrong on is the Grizzlies.
I mean, I could see it happening. I could see Grizzlies going anywhere in that top 8.
But like in the playoffs, didn't they beat the Wolves in, was it 7?
Hmm. I
Yeah,
think 6 or 7. I'm not sure,
6 or
but it
7.
was a long series.
I mean they got young guys who are gonna have inexperience. Um, yeah, I think the biggest case of just everybody else going higher.
I think I agree with you that the teams that you listed above them are better than them, but I don't think that the teams above them are going to have as good of a regular season, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So I could see it happening. I could see 7, but I think, I believe in my Grizzlies. I think they're going to do all right.
Oh, you're Grizzlies.
Yeah, dude, I was a big John Morant fan until he took to Twitter and started threatening to shoot people. Now I don't know if I'm a John Morant fan anymore, but I like the Grizzlies. They're fun to watch. Okay, my 8. Okay, I'm glad we have this team about to stay pretty low. The Pelicans I have in my 8. Okay.
I got the Pelicans at 8 too.
Okay, I'm happy about that because people are saying top 4 seed. They're saying Zion MVP, dark horse. Listen, all those things could happen, like it's possible, but I have to see it to believe it. I got to see Zion come back and play as good as he was the last time we saw him healthy. I got to see Brandon Ingram be able to play with Zion and still put up those numbers. I got to see how CJ fits with the team. But if all 3 of those things happen, I could see a top 4 seed from them. I think a lot of things need to go right.
I mean,
but
like just looking at their last year, they had Zion for 0 games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they took the Suns to 6.
That's true.
Herb Jones and Jose Alvarado and all their other young guys are just going to get even slightly better. That helps. But last time we saw Zion, he was a beast. He was averaging like 27 on like 65% shooting or 61%.
It's Shaq numbers. I think it was the first player since Shaq to put up those numbers.
And if you remember, I mean, last year they were 36 and 46, but last year they started 2 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not going to have that start again.
That's true.
I mean, if you don't have that start last year, I guess. Oh no, I guess that doesn't push you super high, but I mean, they're going to be. I think they can be very good. I mean, I could see a top 4 seed from them just because like all the talent they have, and like Zion is Zion. He's good.
I think the Pelicans are definitely the hardest to rank in the West for me. They could be literally anywhere.
I think Pelicans could be anywhere. Because like when did they last make the playoffs? Did they make the playoffs with Zion? No, they didn't.
They made it last year, or do you mean before that?
No, like before that.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it was when Anthony Davis won against the.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it was the Anthony Davis year.
But like, they can be really good. Okay. Okay, what's your 9?
My 9, I got the Lakers.
Okay, I got the 9. I got 9 Lakers too.
I don't want to talk about the Lakers too much because anything we say could age badly. What'd you say?
I said me neither. I think this.
Yeah.
They could either be out of the top 10 or I could even see them going up to like 6.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's going to depend. LeBron, he's shown his age a little bit. You're finally starting to see him slow down a tiny bit. He's still scoring. He's just not getting the defense.
Didn't he average 30 last season?
He did. I know scoring he's incredible, but his defense, it was lacking last year. Let's be honest. But
lack of effort.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's shown his age a little bit.
When he needs to, he's going to lock up.
Can he for 82 games though? That's what I'm saying.
Not, but
exactly. So I think it's going to
was a dumpster fire. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No problem. Yeah, I think it's going to depend on if AD's coming back, but I just don't believe in him. Data Davis, we'll see how it
I
goes.
mean, he only played 40 last year, and LeBron only played 56.
But do you see those numbers going higher this year? Because I
Yes.
don't. Really? Okay.
Anthony Davis is going to play 82 games.
Okay. I don't know about that.
I'm kidding.
But yeah. Okay. We got to speed it up because I got to go soon. Oh, fuck.
But like their roster isn't very good, but I think with LeBron, I mean, you got LeBron and like
Yeah.
Russ, it's hard to go lower than he was last year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, you're
Okay.
10.
I got Blazers. Dame is back, but I don't think the roster is great. Jeremy Grant's a good pickup, but as a second option, I don't know.
I got the Blazers also at 10.
Hmm.
It's a much different team than they had like 2 years ago. But like if
Hmm.
you look at it, it's just like kind of lackluster. Like they're I'd say their starting lineups: Dame, Anthony Simons, Josh Hart, Jeremy Grant, and Yusuf Nurkic, which is like decent, but like you got Jeremy Grant as your second best player. I don't think you're winning any championships.
Yeah, I agree.
And
That's like
like
exactly what I wrote.
some of Lillard's regression last year, I think some of it wasn't the injury he had.
I agree with that.
I mean, he had that rib injury, but I think he is going to be worse than he was a couple years ago.
He was an MVP candidate for his best years, so
Yeah,
obviously he's
but
not
like
going to be up there.
their depth isn't super good.
Hmm. I
I feel
agree.
like the rest of it, we might have the same. The rest of it,
Yeah,
11.
I'm just gonna go through my bottom five, and then you go through yours. Okay,
Okay.
sound good? Okay, I got the Kings at 11 by default because they're trying to win, but they're worse than every other team trying to win, and every other team trying to lose. I think is going to be below them. And then on the bottom four, I think all the bottom four are going to tank. I got this is, I mean, the order's kind of random. I've got Rockets, Thunder, Spurs, and then Jazz, but I could see that bottom four in any order. What about you?
We're extremely close. 11, I have Kings. 12, I have Rockets. 13, I have Spurs. 14, Thunder, and 15, Jazz.
Yeah, so that bottom four, I mean, it's a toss up.
I think the Kings. I mean, they might be able to make the plan,
Hmm.
but that require. I think the Kings over the Blazers isn't a super hot take.
I think it's possible, but you got to remember that the Blazers have Damian Lillard and the Kings don't. So, that's a pretty big factor.
I mean, last year, like the Sabonis thing, um, I don't think. I think they lost more than they won with Sabonis. But I think a lot of that was kind of like tanking at the end of the year, kind of get a better
Hmm.
draft position. Um, I think Keegan Murray is the most immediate NBA ready rookie.
Hmm.
He's not going to be the best, but I think he can play his role the best. I mean, he's
Right.
like
I get that.
22. He was a 4-year player, I'm pretty sure. Um,
Hmm.
they're not going to be great defensively, but I think they do have the talent to sneak into the plan. And then Rockets, Jalen Green, I expect a huge jump from. A hot take, he might have the biggest jump between all of last year rookies.
Ooh, okay.
I think he's gonna score a lot. You see, he can score at any level, and I think he's gonna display that.
Well, let's see if they freeze him out because last year he wasn't getting many touches.
Yeah,
Rockets had a pretty selfish team last year.
but like Jabari Smith Jr., he's gonna be a slow start.
Hmm.
He's more potential wise.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And then Spurs, Thunder, Jazz, tank for Wembanyama.
Let's go through our top 10 for the West one time.
Okay.
So I've got Grizzlies, Warriors, Suns, Nuggets, Wolves, Clippers, Mavs, Pelicans, Lakers, and then Blazers at the 10. And what did you have?
I got the Nuggets, the Wolves, Clippers, Suns, Warriors, Mavs, Grizzlies, Pelicans, Lakers, Trailblazers.
So our 1 through 7 are all completely different, and then our 8 through 15 are almost identical.
Yeah, I mean
That's
completely different.
yeah,
You have the Grizzlies 1.
yeah, and you have it at 7.
I have them at 7. I mean, it's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting to.
and I've got the Clippers at 6, and you've got the Clippers at 3. You said
Yes,
3. Okay, yeah, we've got a really different top of the West here.
but
We'll see how it goes.
I mean, I think pretty decent though.
Yeah.
Just one last thing. Who's your
Mhm.
favorite to win the championship?
My favorite. Okay, so first I gotta say I'm picking the field over any individual team because I think it's a really even league this year.
Obviously, it is very.
But if I had to pick a team, I'm gonna go with the team that I think has the best player in the league and the best balance between offense and defense, and that's the Bucks with Giannis.
Bucks my pick too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah.
don't even I see him winning the championship last year, I think, if Middleton doesn't go down.
Oh, I think so. I mean, they would have had to play the Heat the next round and then the Warriors, which I think.
Hmm. And Draymond was looking a little cooked last year in the finals.
Hey,
So I don't know if he's defending Giannis like that.
I think Bucks are a top team, but like any team, I know we run low on time, but
That's okay.
maybe next week when we talk about like the like how many teams actually we think have a real shot at winning.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to talk about next week.
And I think also we would do some award predictions next week.
Hmm. I agree. Do you want to do all NBA? I think that might be a little too much. I think we should just do major awards.
We'll do like major awards, and then maybe we can do like
First time All
what are they
Stars.
called? We can do like first time All Stars, but um like custom awards almost. Like
Ooh, yeah, I like that. I like
who's gonna
that.
have like the biggest jump? I guess that's MIP, but like who's gonna?
Yeah. But I mean, MIP, not really. MIP is a pretty shit award.
We'll figure out some like extra
Hmm.
things we can do next week.
For sure. Okay. All right. I'll see you, Brandon.
All right, see ya.